All right, so first of all, we have to be able to plot the coordinates accurately. And of course, remember, I will do S first, just to illustrate it. This is the X coordinate, how far across we go, and how far up or down we go. So 0 across, 2 up is here, there is S. Here is R, 6 across. If I trace it out with the pointer, from the origin, 6 across, and 4 up is here. So that's where the coordinate point goes, just a single point, that'll be R. Q next for 0, so 4 across, 0 up, there's Q. And finally, P is the origin 0, 0. So this is the original quadrilateral, and I will draw it out. Well, let's just label. I didn't put my P on here. Q is here. So there's the quadrilateral. 4 sides, goes to here, then up to here, down to here, then back down to here. Okay, so there we go. There's part A all done, nicely done. And now we want to reflect the quadrilateral in x equals 0, all right? Well, look, x equal 2 would be a vertical line going through the x coordinate of 2. So there's x equals 2, there's x equals 3, and here is x equals 0, all right? So x equals 0 is another word for the y-axis. So we can see, can't we, that the Q number would be reflected here, the S would stay the same, and the R would be reflected all the way down to here. And I think you can see the shape over here, right? So let's go ahead and put the reflected shape in now. So the R would be 6 on this side. I'll just put a different colour. Here is R. I'll put an R dash here. The Q would be reflected over to here. And of course the S and the P are exactly on the mirror line, so they would stay where they are. So this is the reflected shape. So that's part 1 done. And now let's do part 2. Translate means a movement, and this is the x distance we move, and this is the y distance we move. So I'm just going to take coordinate r, and I'm going to move it 2 units and then -3 units. So this is where r will appear. So let me go and get this one now, maybe another different colour. So remember, 2 units and then -3. Here is where the R would appear. I'll do another little R, maybe R double dash for part 2. And then we just follow the rest of the shape, and we can just do it by the similar movement. 2 along, 1, 2, 3 down. Here we are. So 2 along, 1, 2, 3 down. There's Q double dash. 2 along, 3 down. P double dash, and 2 along, 3 down. And that shape should look very similar to the starting shape. It's just been translated, it's been moved. And the should still look the same in terms of the size, should be congruent, identical to the original. And the final one is an enlargement with a scale factor of 1/2, and the centre is 0, 0. So one way of doing this, let's go and choose maybe a green here. We are going to connect the origin from here. We're going to make a little straight line through all of the vertices. There we go. So those are our guidelines, and now we are going to plot the new points. And of course, each point is exactly half the distance from the origin. So you can see that the P value here, the Q value is 4 away. This now becomes closer. Half of 4 is 2. And then the S value up here becomes half the distance. And now the R coordinates were at 6, 4. They just become 3, 2 because we half the distance. So 3, 2 is here. And finally, the shape we can draw is the shape And we might even just shade that last shape in just so we can see where that enlargement scale factor half actually is. So there you go, those are your three transformations of the original quadrilateral.